Hi, everyone. It's Shelley, and welcome to episode 51 of SNOWED, the Michael Snow is a Fraud Story. I want to thank each and every one of you for all your support, your kindness, and your compassion. It's really been very overwhelming, like I said in episode 50. But I had a rough day yesterday, but I'm back in the saddle, and I have lots to talk about. So, as I spoke about this in a previous episode, one of Mr. Snow's favorite activities is to take intimate photos of his partners. And you know what? We're all human, and that's fine. I mean, I'm in my 50s. If that's what I choose to do, that's my business, as well as these other women. But what I don't think I have touched on yet is how Mr. Snow enjoys threatening women with those intimate pictures. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So as you can see from the top there, cheating man whore, this is to me. And he sends me a whack of photos that he has of myself. And he said, you might want some of these. And I said, I've asked you to delete those pictures and videos. I'm asking you once again to delete them. They are of no value to you now that we are no longer together. And he says to me, wrong. And then he sends a video and he said, I got lots. This is yet another occasion where he sends me a video clip and he said, I'm sending this to your dad right now. And, you know, I kind of laughed a little bit, I have to tell you, because all I could hear in my head was my dad yelling, get some clothes on, like he did when my sisters and I were like, 6. But I said to him, go ahead, Mike. If you think that threatening me is going to make everything rosy in your world, think again. I've told you before and I'll tell you again, karma is coming for you. So now this was sent to me from the other Shelley. And she's telling him, I think we could be great together, but neither of us can give what the other truly needs. We're too far apart to reach a fair compromise, and I haven't noticed. If you haven't noticed, you're the one who keeps messaging me. You initiate every conversation, not me. I respond to you, but I don't start any of them. I know I'm not enough for you. And he says, I'll leave you alone. And she said, okay. And he gets angry and says to her, so easy for you, such a cunt. Glad I didn't delete your pics. There we go, threats. And she says, wow, thank you for showing me your true colors. I've never once called you names or put you down. This is the Michael Snow. I tried really hard to convince myself you weren't. And he just laughs at her. Here's another one between Shelley and Mr. Snow. He sends her a picture and he said, love this pic. And she says, you promised me you deleted all my pics, Mike. And he says to her, I never delete anything, but it does show you that I don't retaliate. I have your face, tits, and every other pic you sent me. So the messaging goes a little further, and Shelley says to Mr. Snow, why did you message me today, Mike? Pretend to be nice? Pretend to give a shit? Only to threaten me again? Why? Do you get off on threatening people, Mike? Does it turn you on? Are you jerking off now? You go, girl. And Mr. Snow says to Shelley, are you nuts? I never threatened you. Just said what could have transpired. Interesting, hey? I never set out to hurt you or fuck you over. After all you have done, I don't hate you. After all she's done? Man, this guy's delusional. Now, this is interesting because this message came to me this morning, and I do have her permission, this lady's permission. She reached out to me. She actually had met Mr. Snow about 2017, 2018 when he was driving with Karen. Driving truck. And this is just a snippet of what we talked about this morning. And she said, I'm sure you will reach more and more and uncover more women is what we were talking about. There have been so many other women that have reached out to me that have interacted with him in one way or another over the years. It's quite the reach, further than I ever thought it was going to be. She said, I wonder how much she was benefiting from all his fraud. And we're talking about Karen, his driving partner at this point. I mean, I let him in my house once and he got so drunk. Then he started with I don't usually drink. This is not me. I was nervous to come meet you. I was nervous to tell you about my time and my fraud. This is exactly the same scenario he did for me the first night when he got super drunk and I kicked him out of my house. And she said he was so very open, I almost took pity on him. And I get that. That's how he rolls. So it's not me just saying that he can suck you in. I only met him a few times after him being in my home, but then he got upset for me not being interested and did the threatening to share my pictures. Yes, I did send him a few. And you know what? Like I said, we're women in our 50s. Like, so what? But there it is again, threatened to send the pictures. So here's a little snippet from the criminal code. This is actually extortion or sextortion, and this is actually a thing. So if any of you have been threatened by Mr. Snow with any of the photos you sent him or he took, please, by all means, file a police report. I think that Mr. Snow has been using the same tactics for so many years, his entire life, most likely. He tells the same lies. He tells the same stories. I truly believe he believes his own bullshit at this point. But here's the thing. Maybe threatening women worked for you in your 20s, maybe your 30s, but we're 50-year-old women. And you know what? You get into your 50s and you truly don't give a shit. So nobody wants to see my flabby body. And it's just not a threat. It doesn't, there's nothing. You know what? Go ahead. And it's illegal. As well, Mr. Snow likes to share intimate photos with other people. And I know this firsthand, and so do the other women. And there have been times that he's been asked not to. So I would have to say to any of you out there, if you think that Mr. Snow, you have sent an intimate photo or he's taken an intimate photo of you, and you are nervous that he didn't delete it, or he may have been sharing it with other people or had shared it with other people, just so you know, that is illegal. So once again, threatening to send your pictures out or sending your pictures out, especially with no permission, that is illegal. As well, if you've asked him to delete those pictures, it's illegal. You can't send those pictures out. He will be arrested. As well, I thought it was time to post yet another picture of Mr. Snow. And this is very recent because this is actually the photo that he sent to Cindy just as we were sitting down to do her TikTok session on episode 48. Yet another one. He likes to include the tattoo that I paid for there. Yeah, that's my money right there. Yeah. As well, some of you asked to see my animals. So this is Ruckus, my big old boy. He was laying out in the sun the other day, really enjoying this spring sunshine. I know it's really hard to see, and you got to ignore my unmade bed and half-painted walls and no curtains up. Trying to paint, that's come to a screeching halt. But there are really 4 cats on this bed, if you can see. There's Ollie, Molly, Marvin, and Maggie. And yes, I do sleep with 4 cats and a dog. So I'm just going to leave that here for today. That's episode 51. I have a lot more to say. I have photos of the $1.6 million boat he claimed to own. And I have so many other photos that I'm going to show you as well. Oh, there's something really good coming up, so you have to stay tuned. I've been working on it behind the scenes with another woman, so you're going to want to stick around for that. Stay tuned.